Welcome back to Guru Beauty. Today, the long-awaited review for the Dior Star Studio Makeup. They claim that this one gives you spectacular brightening, weightless perfection. It's SPF 30 PA++ and long wear. It's been a bit of a phenomenon since it launched. They're using the beautiful Natalie Portman to advertise this product. It has been launched alongside a sponge. I have not bought into the sponge story, so I did not buy that, but I have been using this foundation for a few weeks now before I was comfortable enough to do this review. I have really been unsure about whether I like this foundation or not. Many people have posted that they love this foundation, and I would say first and foremost, this is not a holy grail for me. Before we go any further, I'll let you know a little bit about me and my skin so you can see whether that correlates with your tastes and your needs. So my 38-year-old skin has many needs when we talk about foundation and how I want it to help my skin look throughout the day. First of all, we have hyperpigmentation and dark spots all over the place, so coverage is very important to me. I do like coverage that is going to be buildable without caking. I want it to be nicely buildable. That's important to me. And then I have large pores, so I do like something that's going to be smoothing, not only for my pores but also for the fine lines that are developing on my 38-year-old face. I do like SPF in makeup. I think that that's fantastic. I do like something that photographs well. I do take photos a lot for Instagram. And what else do I like? I like something that is going to make my skin look healthy. So yeah, that's probably the most important things to me is coverage, smoothing, and just a healthy, hydrated look without making me look oily. So something that's going to last throughout the day, because my skin, while it's aging and dehydrated in certain areas, it still gets oily breakthrough. So something that can handle and absorb oil throughout the day, particularly in my T-zone area, is very important, and you will see that and how well this foundation handles that at the end of the day. So that's about it for me. First of all, Dior. Dior is a very high-end brand. We are going to be paying more for Dior foundations than other foundations. I will include pricing down below. So they say that it's a lightweight foundation with broad spectrum SPF 30. They say it brightens even skin tone and reduces the appearance of dark spots. I certainly have dark spots, and I'm not sure if I've noticed a difference over 3 weeks, say, of almost daily use of the Dior Star Studio Makeup. Inspired by the professional illuminating techniques and expertise of its makeup artists, Dior offers its first brightening foundation. This weightless fluid makeup is capable of recreating the spectacular and perfecting light of Dior's studios, infused with hollow silica beads that capture and diffuse light in a correcting halo. Wow, that doesn't leave the skin looking shiny. The color filter pigments neutralize skin tone imbalances, and the anti-light trap skincare ingredients help reduce the appearance of dark areas, pigment spots, and redness. Wow, so that sounds very, very promising. The Dior Skin Star makeup comes in a glass bottle. It's the standard 30ml size. Not as travel friendly as a plastic tube, you might say, but you know, lovely. It's going to look nice on your vanity if that's important to you. It does come with a pump, which is important to me, and each pump dispenses a relatively low amount of makeup. So obviously you can really control how much makeup you pump out each time, which is fantastic. They do say that you do have to shake well. I am, for my NC25 skin right now, I'm using the 030 foundation. Now, I'm really not sure if this foundation oxidizes on me or not, but towards the end of the day, I do start thinking, you know what, this foundation is too dark for me. But when I apply it, I don't feel like it's too light. And you can see here that it matches my neck nicely, and this is me without any summer tanning or anything. I think for now the 30 is a decent color match for me, but there may be a slight chance of oxidization, I think, depending on maybe how you mix this product. So look, I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to show you the product going on. I'll show you how it lasts throughout the day, and then I'll be back to let you know my final thoughts.
Starting out with Dior's Glow Maximizer Primer, I'm going to apply that all over my face. That's going to help give the foundation a glow from within type look. I'm going in now with the Dior Pore Minimizer Primer, and I'm going to be applying that just to the T-zone, primarily for the more mattifying effect that it would have on my oilier T-zone. Now I'm applying 3 pumps of the foundation to my hand using a damp Real Technique's Miracle Complexion Sponge. I'm dotting that all over my cheek, nose, chin area, and then using a stippling motion to blend that in, slightly rolling the sponge as well, just to press it into the skin, trying to get a nice, light, even layer of the foundation all over at this point. The damp sponge technique is my favourite way of applying the Dior Star Studio makeup.
So this is one layer. I've definitely got medium coverage from just one layer with a damp sponge. So one thing I can say about this foundation, with just one layer, it does feel very lightweight. It looks very natural on the skin, not too matte, not too dewy, and I've definitely got a medium coverage up front very, very quickly. So that already tells me that this may be a good foundation for everyday use when you just want to slap it on and run out the door. Very kind of easy. With my pigmentation, I am just going to pop, as always, a second layer on just to see the buildability of this foundation. Will it start caking up when I apply a second layer to areas that need a bit of extra coverage, and how's that going to wear throughout the day? I'm very, very pleased with the coverage that I've gotten. Again, it does still feel very lightweight, very natural, not too glowy, not matte at all. I would say it's a sort of satin finish. My skin looks healthy at this point. Of course, with a damp sponge, most foundations do look like this while it still goes through the dry down period. So yeah, I would say smooth, even toned, great coverage. I'm going to touch up with any concealer if I do need any extra coverage, but this elephant in the room on my chin jaw area is really quite nicely covered by that foundation alone, so it's really not going to take too much concealer just to completely cover that. Very pleased with the coverage. It feels very comfortable on the skin. No strong scent, maybe very lightly fragranced, a pleasant sort of more perfumed smell, I would say. And another thing I can say about this foundation, and hopefully you can see it through the camera, is that it is camera friendly. I have used it quite a bit in Instagram shots lately this month. So I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup. I'll come back and let you know how it's worn throughout the day. Just checking in at the 5-hour post-application mark, and you would see that there is a little bit of oil coming through around the T-zone. Nothing too bad. I'm still getting decent coverage from the foundation. Everything is still even, but I've definitely got some of my own oils coming through. It's looking okay at the 5-hour mark. I'll be back at the end of the day to show you exactly how it's looking then. We are looking at about 9.5 hours after application of the Dior Skin Star Studio makeup, and I haven't touched up, and I would say that the foundation is looking very, very good. So what you saw probably at the 5-hour mark, I would say would be still true for almost at the 10-hour mark. I've still got my natural oils coming through, but in real life it certainly doesn't look oily, shiny, reflective at all. It just looks hydrated and healthy, which is fantastic. Most of the foundation is still there, certainly giving me a nice, long-lasting, decent coverage throughout the day, and overall I'm really quite pleased. Now, today's experience would be my preferred way of wearing the Dior Skin Star foundation. If you do start applying more powder to this foundation to set it, if you do start applying heavier powders, it can be very, very drying, and the foundation doesn't recover. Your skin just looks dull, your pores look big, it's not always very nice. And the same can be said for different primers that this foundation sits over. So this is probably the best results that I've gotten out of the Dior Skin Star in terms of hydration, in terms of healthy, nice looking skin. I must say that I've had plenty of days with this foundation where I've been quite disappointed with how it looks halfway through the day, how it looks at the end of the day. So for that reason, I'm not terribly impressed. So that's it. I just, you know what? If it takes me 3 weeks to decide if I love a foundation or not, then it's not a holy grail for me. I can absolutely say that. Unfortunately, I can't recommend the Dior Skin Star Studio makeup. It's just not something that I love, at least for my skin, my dehydrated, large pore skin that gets oily breakouts throughout the day. There are better foundations. I'll include links to some other foundation reviews that I've done down below. Unfortunately, it's just, yeah, not for me. Now bear in mind, some people love this foundation. It does photograph well, but for everyday makeup, nope. I want something smoother, I want something better with oil control, and I want something that just makes my skin look healthier, more hydrated and smooth. Dior Skin Star just doesn't do it for me, unfortunately. As a side note, I did also buy the concealer, the Dior Skin Star concealer. Bought the shade 002 for my under eye circles. This does absolutely nothing for me. Would not recommend that at all. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a beautiful day. Don't forget to look for and enjoy all the beauty that's around you every day. It's there. Enjoy it. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you again really, really soon. Bye.